Welcome back to computer science. Yesterday we were doing programs on lists, loops, nested loops, sets, and I'm going to continue working on them now, and I'll be back to recall what I did in a little bit. Alright, so we completed a program that basically says that asks the user for a city, either Nebraska, Iowa, or Kansas. And then it asks for a city to add to the set. So we're dealing with sets here. Then it adds that city to a set using dot add. That's the method dot add set function. Then it outputs all of the city names that are unique, that overlap in at least two states of the three. Meaning, if there's a Hastings in, or a Bellevue in Nebraska and a Bellevue in Iowa, then Bellevue will be outputted in a sorted list or a sorted set, along with all the other city names that appear in at least two of the states. And to do that, we use the sorted function. So it outputted as a sorted set. It actually is with like brackets, so like it's a list essentially. And we used. There might be a better way to do this, but the way I did it that worked was I used dot intersections, the set function, set theory function dot intersection between Iowa and Nebraska, and then the set inner function between Iowa and Kansas, and the set function method intersection between Nebraska and Kansas. I set all those as three unique variables, and then what I did was I basically unioned all three of those, so that got the overlap, and then I used the sorting function from there. The final thing that program did was basically take the state that you input originally and gave the city names that are only unique to that specific state, and I used the set function dot difference of the first of the if it used in Nebraska, the Nebraska cities list or set dot difference, and then with arguments of Iowa cities and Kansas cities, and that will output the things that are different, or the things that are in Nebraska that are not in Iowa or Kansas. Then I started the next program, which is basically takes a bunch of user input integers as long as they're greater than 0 and outputs something. I think it's the max and min, but I haven't got that far yet. So what I've done so far is created an empty list, created an iterator variable for like a sentinel, like a sentinel controlled loop, a while loop, and I'm going to go from there later today. So talk to you in a bit. All right, I'm here to finish the day up for computer science. So we were doing some programs earlier, working with sets largely, and now with a list. So I'm going to jump back in, continue to work on these programs, and I'll be back to recall what I did in a little bit. All right, we finished the program to output the minimum and maximum of a list. We just use the min and max functions. And then we were working with a dictionary program, creating a dictionary. So to add a new key value pair to a dictionary, we basically say, I think you say the dictionary name, and then within brackets, like almost like index notation, you put in the new key, and then you say outside of that bracket, you say equal sign, but gets really, and then the value. So there's that. We've got one more program to finish tomorrow, which is due tomorrow night. I also got my exam back, first quiz, and I missed like 1 point, 1 and 2/3 of a point. So I'm gonna review that and figure out what I got wrong there. If I have time to do that tomorrow. So actually, maybe not tomorrow because we've got an exam 2 coming up, so I might as well do half an hour of review studying for that if I can. Um, all right. Yeah, that's it for today. Talk to you tomorrow. See ya.